Well now, this is a surprise. I thought I'd seen every sort of spirit out here. Demons, whispers, even shadows that wear your own face. But you don't belong here. The air changes when you walk in. Must be heaven finally decided to check in on old Jack, eh? Tell me, Lord, what brings you to a place that even the devil won't call home?
I go where the lost wander, Jack. The ones who've been forgotten by both heaven and hell still matter to me. I have followed you through every bargain, every trick, every night you've spent walking under that dying light. You fooled kings, cheated death, and deceived the devil himself. But deep inside, I know you were never laughing. You were hiding from the emptiness that followed you wherever you went.
That's one word for it. But I'd say I just learned how to play life's game. Everyone wanted something. Power, love, forgiveness. And I wanted to prove I didn't need any of it. I made my way with wit and whiskey. When death came for me, I found a way to send him packing. When the devil tried to take me, I tricked him too. For a while it felt like I'd beaten the system. But now look at me, cursed to walk forever with a damned lantern for company. Guess that's the joke I never saw coming.
You tried to win freedom by chaining yourself to deceit. You escaped hell's claim, but in doing so, you cut yourself off from every place you could have found peace. You carry a false light, one you carved out of death. But Jack, you were meant to bear a different kind of flame. Not one that flickers and fades, but one that burns eternal.
You talk about peace as if it's something you can just hand over like a coin. I've seen how the world works. The good get crushed, the cruel get rich, and the clever, well, we survive. That's all I ever wanted, to survive. You think I enjoyed cheating people? But I wasn't about to let anyone cheat me first. I learned that the hard way.
And yet, every victory left you more alone. The laughter grew hollow, the ale turned bitter. You built your life on tricks, but every trick cost you a piece of your soul. You thought survival was enough. But surviving isn't the same as living, Jack. You outsmarted everyone but your own heart.
You talk like you've seen it. The nights I drank just to hear my own laughter echo back at me. The faces of those I fooled, and they visit me sometimes. Not in anger, but in silence. Their eyes follow me in the dark. I tried to forget, to drown it all. Even after I died, I thought I could still laugh it off. But out here there's no forgetting, just walking. Just this cursed light that won't let me rest.
That light isn't your punishment, Jack. It's a reminder. You carry a flicker of what was meant to be divine. Deep down, beneath your tricks and pride, there's still a man who once longed for something real. Forgiveness, belonging, love. You've spent eternity avoiding the pain of your choices, but pain can be the beginning of healing if you let me bear it with you.
Forgiveness. For me, you think one conversation and a kind word can erase the years I spent mocking you and everyone who spoke your name? I made deals with darkness just to prove I could. I laughed in the face of priests and pious men. I spat at heaven's gate when they told me I wasn't worthy. And now you stand here offering me mercy like it's a simple trade. What could mercy possibly do for a man like me?
Mercy doesn't erase, Jack. It transforms. I did not come to bargain with you, but to redeem what you threw away. Every sin you remember, every lie, every wound you gave and received, I can take it and make something new out of it. You think you've been walking in circles, but even this endless road can lead home if you turn toward me.
Home. It's been so long since that word meant anything. When I was alive, I went from tavern to tavern, town to town. People remembered my tricks, but not my name. Maybe I didn't want them to. I liked being the story. Stingy Jack, the man who fooled the devil. That title gave me power. But now, It's just an echo. I can't even remember the sound of my own laughter anymore.
Even now, your name matters to me. You're not just a story, Jack. You were made for more than this endless wandering. I see in you not the trickster, but the child who once wanted to be seen, to be loved, to matter. That desire still lives in you. It's why your lantern hasn't gone out.
It's funny. Sometimes the flame sputters and I panic, not because I'll be in the dark, but because it reminds me that even curses end. I'm scared of the silence that might follow. What if the light dies and I just stop existing? Maybe this cursed wandering is all that's keeping me from vanishing.
You fear the dark, but you've never truly known light. The flame you carry is a symbol of striving, your soul's desperate attempt to hold on to something eternal. But real light isn't earned or stolen, Jack. It's given. And I have carried it for you since the day you turned away.
And if I took that light you offer, what then? You think heaven would welcome me after all the mockery, all the lies? Would the devil just let me go? I'm trapped between both worlds. There's no place for a soul like mine.
Neither heaven nor hell decides your place, Jack. I do. And I came here because I refuse to let you stay lost. The curse you bear can be broken, but not by wit or defiance, only by surrender. All I ask is that you stop running and let me walk beside you.
You're asking me to trust the very thing I spent my whole life avoiding. I don't know if I can. Every deal I made was about control, about staying one step ahead. If I let go, if I surrender, what's left of me?
What's left, Jack, is the truth of who you were always meant to be. Not a trickster condemned to wander, but a soul set free to rest in the light. You won't lose yourself by surrendering. You'll finally find yourself.
Surrender. That word sounds simple when you say it, but for me it feels like death. I spent my whole life outsmarting everyone who tried to hold me down. Kings, spirits, even death himself. It was the one thing I could control, my freedom. Every deal I made, every lie I told, it was my way of saying, you don't own me. So tell me, Nazarene, if I surrender, doesn't that mean I lose the last thing I have left?
Surrender isn't losing, Jack. It's letting go of the chains you forged from pride. You think freedom means doing whatever you will, but you've only traded one master for another. You escaped the devil's claim, yet you've carried his mark in your heart ever since. The belief that your worth depends on being untouchable. True freedom isn't the absence of authority, it's the presence of truth. And truth begins where pride ends.
Truth. I've lived long enough to see what truth does to men. It breaks them. I've seen priests lie to protect their gold, judges sell their verdicts for a coin, lovers betray each other in the name of comfort. Truth is a blade, and it cuts deeper than any demon's claws. So if you're asking me to face it, I don't know if I can survive it.
It does cut, Jack, but it also heals. The wound truth opens is the very place grace enters. You've been running from your pain for so long that you've forgotten what it's like to let anything touch you. Redemption isn't about pretending your sins never happened. It's about me taking them upon myself so they no longer define you. The deals you made with the devil were promises written in fear. I offer a covenant written in love.
When I tricked the devil, I thought I'd won. I made him promise never to take my soul, and for a moment I felt invincible. But I never thought what would happen after I died. Heaven didn't want me. Hell couldn't have me. So here I am, a ghost between worlds, walking roads that never end. If that's not punishment, I don't know what is.
Your curse was never about my rejection, Jack. It was the fruit of your own bargain, a reflection of the pride that believed you could outwit eternity. You tricked darkness, but never faced it. Every soul must confront what it serves. You spent your life serving yourself, and so you became your own prison. But even here, in this wandering, I've been walking beside you. You've never been alone. You've just refused to look.
And what if I do look now? What if I finally stop running? You think all the things I've done, the lies, the greed, the blasphemy, can just be washed away because I say I surrender? No man gets off that easy. Not even one who fooled the devil.
You're right. No man gets off easy. That's why I bore the weight you could never carry. Redemption isn't earned, it's accepted. The devil promised you escape. I promise you transformation. He bound you to wander in the dark for eternity. But I came to offer you a home where even your darkness can be redeemed. Every step you've taken on this endless road could lead you closer to me if you choose to turn.
You make it sound so simple, but after all this time, I don't even know who I am anymore. Am I a soul, a spirit, a curse? I feel hollow, like a story that's been told too many times. What kind of redemption could exist for something that's barely human?
You are still my creation, Jack. The curse didn't strip that away. It only buried it. Beneath every sin, every deal, every moment of darkness, there remains a spark that I placed in you the day you were made. That's what I've come for. To breathe life into what's been forgotten. To remind you that even the most cursed soul still bears my image. You were never beyond redemption. You were only beyond belief.
If I were to believe you, if I were to stop running, what happens then? Do I vanish? Do I finally rest? Or do I burn for all that I've done? I need to know because I'm tired, Nazarene. Tired of being a legend. Tired of walking. Tired of pretending I don't care. I want to stop, but I'm afraid of what stopping means.
Stopping doesn't mean vanishing, Jack. It means awakening. When you finally stop fighting, you'll find that I've been waiting right where your journey began. The road won't end in darkness, but in light. Not the flicker of your lantern, but the dawn that never fades. You've carried false fire long enough. Let me show you what it means to burn with purpose, not punishment.
You want the truth, do you? Fine, I'll give it to you. The first time I tricked the devil, it wasn't just a game. I was drunk, desperate, and afraid. Death came for me, and I wasn't ready. I'd lived like a fool, cheated, lied, hurt people who didn't deserve it. So when the devil showed up, I panicked. I used a silver cross, tricked him up a tree, and made him promise he'd never take my soul. Everyone loves that part of the story, the clever Jack who beat the devil. But they never talk about what happened after. The silence, the fear, the feeling that I'd outsmarted myself.
You sought power because you feared judgment, Jack. You thought if you could cheat death, you could escape the weight of your choices. But in saving your flesh, you condemned your soul to wander. You chained yourself to your own bargain, one built on fear, not freedom. The devil gave you what you asked for, but I'm offering what you truly need.
The second deal was worse. I met him again years later, thinking maybe I could use him to fill my pockets one last time. I made him climb an apple tree, carved crosses into the bark, and forced him to promise he'd never bother me again. I thought I'd secured my safety, but when I died, I realized I'd played myself. Heaven turned me away because I'd lived a life of mockery and greed. Hell turned me away because the devil kept his word. And now, I just walk, always walk. I keep wondering if I hadn't been so afraid of dying, would I have lived better?
Fear drives many to bargain with darkness, Jack. But true life isn't found in escape. It's found in surrender. You feared death because you didn't trust love. You didn't believe there was a mercy great enough to cover what you'd done. So you built your own salvation, and it became your prison. Redemption is not cheap. It costs everything pride holds on to. But once it's given, it frees you completely.
And what does it cost you, Nazarene? You talk about bearing my weight, my sin, my curse, but what does that look like? You think you can just take centuries of deceit, of pain, of hatred, and make it vanish? What do you pay for something as wretched as me?
I paid with my blood, Jack, with my body torn, my soul poured out on a cross, built by the very ones I came to save. I took the place of every man and woman who thought they were too far gone, including you. The cost of your redemption isn't a trick or a trade or a deal. It's a sacrifice already made. You don't have to pay it. You only have to receive it.
You make it sound so simple and yet so terrifying. You mean to tell me that after all my running, all my scheming, all the lies I told just to survive, that you'd still take me in, that you'd forgive me when heaven itself turned me away? What if I can't forgive myself? What if I don't deserve it?
No one deserves grace, Jack. That's what makes it grace. Forgiveness isn't about deserving, it's about surrendering to love that refuses to give up on you. You've carried your shame like armor, thinking it protects you from judgment. But it only keeps you from healing. Redemption begins when you stop fighting and let the wound be touched.
Touched? I haven't felt anything but cold in so long. Even the fire in this lantern doesn't warm me anymore. It's just a reminder, a cruel echo of what I lost. You say you can touch that, heal that, but I'm afraid of what I'll see if I let you in. I've hidden behind laughter and lies so long, I don't know who I am without them.
What you'll see isn't condemnation. It's restoration. I won't erase who you were. I'll redeem it. The laughter you used to hide your pain can become joy again. The cunning you used to deceive can become wisdom. The man who wandered in darkness can become a light for others, lost in it. That's what redemption does, Jack. It takes what was broken and turns it into a vessel for hope.
And if I fail again, if I fall back into pride, into fear, what if I can't hold on to this grace you speak of? I'm not a saint, Nazarene. I'm a liar, a drunk, a coward. I don't know how to be anything else.
You don't have to hold on to grace, Jack. Grace holds on to you. I know the man you are and the man you could be. I've seen every failure, every deal, every tear you never let fall. I know you're afraid to trust because every promise you've made has broken. But mine will not. The curse that binds you can't stand before the cross that broke death itself.
I don't know what to say. For the first time in I don't even know how long. I don't have a trick or a joke or an excuse. Just this, a tired soul and a flame that won't die. If I give you what's left of me, can you really make it worth something?
If you give me what's left, I will make it whole. The flame you carry was never meant to be a curse. It's the reminder that even in darkness, light can still burn. Let me take what's dying in your hands and turn it into something that lives. You've spent eternity trying to escape judgment, Jack. I came so you could finally find mercy.
You speak of surrender, Lord, but I don't know how. My life's been a maze of tricks and bargains. I outsmarted men, I outsmarted the devil himself, but it feels like I only trapped myself. Every night I walk with this cursed flame. I've run from hell, but I've never escaped me. How does a man like me just surrender?
Surrender isn't losing, Jack. It's stopping the fight that's been killing you inside. You've carried the weight of your own punishment, the chains you forged through pride, deceit, and fear. But the moment you hand that weight to me, it's no longer yours to bear. Redemption doesn't erase your past. It transforms what it meant.
But my curse, it's bound to me. This light was meant to mock me, to remind me that I have no place above or below. You're telling me I can just let go. What happens to a soul that's been refused by both heaven and hell?
This light was never your curse, Jack. It was your chance. Even in your rebellion, God let you carry fire, because somewhere deep within, there was still warmth left to save. You were never refused. You just never asked to come home. The gates you thought were closed were only waiting for your knock.
All my life I thought I was clever, thought I could cheat everyone, even death. But death cheated me instead. I've been walking for so long, Jesus. I've forgotten what rest feels like. I don't even know how to stop walking.
Then stop here. Stop with me. Let that restless flame burn for something more than survival. Let it be the light that leads you home. You can't buy redemption, Jack. You can't bargain for it, you just receive it. It cost me everything. But for you, it's free.
If I let go of this lantern, will I disappear?
No, Jack, you won't disappear. You'll finally live.
Then, take it. Take me. I'm tired of running. I'm tired of my own cleverness. I want what you offer. Peace, rest, home. I don't know how to pray, but here I am.
That's all I ever needed to hear. You were lost in the dark for so long, but tonight, even your wandering ends. Welcome home, Jack.